So the Titans season 3 finale was really wicked, and it definitely had some awesome moments and definitely had some emotional moments in there as well. I was just hoping for it to be a little bit more explosive. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel Lifestyle Critic. I hope you're having a brilliant day. So in this video we are going to be talking about the season finale, the Titans season 3 finale episode 13, which was really awesome. It definitely had everything that you would want this show to have. For example, the really awesome team moments, the wrapping everything up from across this season, and the individual storylines, and most importantly when they all come together as a Titans group, which is just so brilliant. I feel like that's why season 1 and season 2 was really strong, as of course they did have the individual storylines happening, but they also had a lot more of the team moments. I know they obviously wanted to focus on Gotham City and the Red Hood this season, which is why it's a little bit different, but I feel like this episode, if all of the other episodes were like this one, this whole season would have been absolutely wicked. And I'm hopeful that the next season really does embrace its team moments a lot more and kind of returns back to this formula, which I'm sure they will do, as they are hinting that they'll go back to San Francisco and back to Teen Towers, which would be really cool. But anyway, let's get on with the review for the 13th episode of Titans. So the season 3 finale definitely starts off with a bang, as we see that the Scarecrow character is actually pretty successful in releasing his fair toxin across Gotham City and is actually killing a lot of civilians, and is now really turning into and embracing his true Scarecrow sense. And I thought it was really cool how they really did go full 360 in terms of using the Lazarus Pit to try to resurrect everyone. I feel like this season definitely used the Lazarus Pit a lot in terms of bringing characters back from the dead. I feel like this season killed off so many of the Titans members that it was actually mind-blowing, and I feel like it was really fitting to use the Lazarus Pit for the final time to resurrect everyone again in Gotham City. Like I said, I really love the team moments in this episode, especially when Brenton, Thwaites as Dick Grayson is leading all of them to try and work out how they can stop the Scarecrow character once and for all. But then he clocked onto the fact that actually looking at all of the clues is what Scarecrow is going to predict them doing, and this time they have to do something slightly different in order to beat him. Although it was really cool how they had a bit of a temporary alliance with the Jason Todd and the Red Hood character. It was really sad that Dick Grayson said he's probably never going to be able to be a Titans member again, but you can actually understand that, as he did such horrific things, especially to the Hank character. So it was really hilarious and really interesting as well that Tim Drake really does know the Titans inside out, especially even Batman as well, as he knew that Selina Kyle was going to be the answer to Batman's password, which I thought was really cool. The confrontation with Scarecrow against Dick Grayson, Gar, and Tim I thought was really cool. And it was really fitting that Tim Drake is the person that punches Scarecrow at the end, which I thought was really cool. And it really does show that this character really is just smoke and mirrors, as he was nothing like the Deadpool fight that they had against all of the Titans, which you really can see that the Scarecrow character really doesn't have as much strength as all of the other characters do. I thought it was really powerful at the end of this episode, where the Rachel character is putting all of the fear that she had from the Lazarus Pit into the Scarecrow character, which I just thought was so brilliant, as the Scarecrow character was taunting them that he's soon going to get out, he's soon going to destroy Gotham City once and for all. And it really did show that the Titans characters really did have the final laugh at the end. I thought it was really great how they showed that the Superboy character was really regretting and was really acting out of impulse for what he did at the end of the previous episode, where he totally destroyed Blackfire's ship. And I also really liked how the Blackfire character wasn't angry at him, as she could somewhat even relate to what he was doing, which I thought was absolutely brilliant. I wish they did a little bit more with the Donna Troy character. I know that she had some really cool moments when she was using her lasso of truth on the lightning. Of course, that sequence looked really cool, but I just thought her triumphant return from the dead was so brilliant, and I just wish they would have done a little bit more with her in this episode. I thought the ending was really powerful, but the Donna Troy character wanting to pass on the message that Hank gave her to Dove, who is now living in Paris. I thought that was really nice. We saw that the Jason Todd character is now going to try and do his own thing, which I think is really great too. Blackfire has got her ship back, so she's going to try and go back to Tamaran to try and be the queen. I wonder if we'll see this character again. And the rest of the Titans are now heading back to San Francisco, which I think is going to be so awesome. I already can't wait to see what's going to happen in the storyline in season 4. But as far as the finale went, I actually did think it was pretty awesome. So like I've said in all of my coverage for the Titans, the cast and characters in this TV series are so brilliant. So let's go through them one by one. So first up, of course, we have Brenton Thwaites, who is returning as a Dick Grayson character. Such a good actor and plays all of the Dick Grayson scenes to perfection. All of the action sequences, all of the times where he's really angry, all of the times where he's really emotional, and most importantly in this episode where he's a true leader. I thought all of the sequences with the Dick Grayson character were really, really cool. I really liked his apology to the Conor character after he threw all of the kryptonite dust on him. All of his temporary short-term partnerships between him and Jason Todd I thought were really, really cool. I always love Nightwing and the Red Hood characters when they're fighting each other, but when they're working together, they are definitely even better, which I think is really, really great. And we also saw his somewhat goodbye to the Barbara Gordon character. I wonder if we'll revisit this at some point in the future, but as far as the Brenton Thwaites actor goes, I feel like he did a really, really good job as Dick Grayson in this series. Next up we have Curran Walters, who really was trying to redeem himself after everything that he did that was really catastrophic across this season. I think it was really great how he finally recognized and realized everything that he was doing wrong. I feel like he did do this halfway through this series, but then he went back to Scarecrow and now is actually really realizing and recognizing that everything that he did was really, really wrong. Especially in the previous episode. Like I said in my review for that episode, you can really feel his heart breaking when you see that the Scarecrow character doesn't really give a damn about him. So I think it was really, really powerful as he wanted to try to get back into the Titans. But like I said earlier, obviously Dick Grayson said that that's not going to be possible. So it'd be really interesting to revisit this character next season, or in the season after that if they're not going to look at him again next season, as I would love to see where this character is going to go. I thought it was really great how they also brought Batman back as well. You can really see how destroyed and distraught this Batman version currently is. And also his apology to Jason Todd I thought was absolutely brilliant. Next up we have Conor Leslie, who I'm such a big fan of. I absolutely love Donna Troy, I absolutely love Wonder Girl. I feel like they really could have and should have done a little bit more with this character. I hope this isn't the last time that we've seen this character, as she has so much potential. She can really do so much more than what this show has given her, and I feel like she could even lead the Titans really, really well. I thought it was really nice how she's going to go and talk to Dove and really pass her message on to her, so hopefully both of these characters can return to the Titans one day. I feel like they didn't really use Rachel/Raven that much this season, but that being said, the scenes that she is in are really, really cool. I like her short-term scene between her and Donna, and just seeing how actually the Rachel character going to Themyscira actually really helped her, as well as Donna, which I thought was really, really nice. I also thought the scene at the end of this episode, where she's putting all of the dark energy and the dark magic into the Scarecrow character, really did return this character to how she was in the first season, and all of the horror gothic based sequences with this character were really nice to revisit in those few final moments. Tim Drake is now officially a member of the Titans, which I think was really, really great. I think it's really interesting what they've done with this character, as they didn't immediately turn him into Robin. This is something that this character has been longing for since the first episode that we saw him, and I think it's really great how they didn't do this immediately and really have had it as a bit of a slow burn. I wonder, because of the fact that they're now leaving Gotham City, and obviously he won't be able to be Robin alongside Batman, I wonder if they'll totally jump this part of his story arc and just turn him into Red Robin and make him a totally different character, rather than the original Robin that he does turn into in the comic book. So I feel like it'll be really interesting to see what they do with this character. I thought that the arc with Superboy, Blackfire and Starfire was really, really cool. I really do hope that they focus on this character a lot more in the next season. I'd love to see this character facing up against Clark Kent and Lex Luthor. I feel there's so much potential in really exploring those relationships, which I really do hope they do, as it would be so brilliant for this character. I wasn't that big of a fan of partnering him up with the Blackfire character, as those storylines were the weakest, but that being said, all of the scenes in the previous episode and in this episode were really nice to kind of conclude that arc. Seeing that the Scarecrow character really is exactly what his mother described him and Batman described him as, in terms of being a true abuser, you can really see that in this episode. And I think it was really fitting how they totally ended his arc in this episode with actually now he is the person that is going to face the fear that he was so desperate to impose onto everyone else. I also thought it was a really nice goodbye that they had with the Barbara Gordon character, and how she is learning more about Argus and is trying to now resurrect Oracle, which I thought was really, really cool. I also really like Blackfire's goodbye and Donna's somewhat goodbye. I do hope that we do get to see the Donna Troy character again, and I wonder if we'll revisit the Blackfire character one day in Tamran. But that being said, from a cast and characters point of view, this season was really, really cool, and I absolutely loved all of the team moments of the Titans character in this episode. So overall, I really enjoyed the season 3 finale. Like I said in the opening, I do feel like they could have made it a little bit more explosive. But that being said, I feel like they wrapped everything up really, really well and have teased enough for what could happen in season 4. For example, Rachel Ghoul could be the new big bad villain in that season, and I'm really hopeful that they'll introduce new sidekicks. For example, Roy Harper and Kid Flash. I would absolutely really like it if they bring those new characters in, which I think would be really, really cool. I hope that they do focus a lot more on Conor / Superboy in the next season, and maybe even bring in Lex Luthor, which I think would be absolutely brilliant and just what this show needs. I feel like they're going to rest the Jason Todd character for a little bit, but it will be really interesting to explore what's going to happen with this character. And also, like I keep saying in this video, I am really hopeful that they'll return the Donna Troy character, maybe with Minka Kelly's Dove character as well. So I feel like there's so much exciting opportunities for what they could do in season 4, but you know, those are all of my thoughts on the season 3 finale. Now I'd love to hear from you, so please let me know what you thought of it in the comment section below. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you in my next video.